Every year, 3,000 people die because they can't find a matching bone marrow donor. Families don't always provide a perfect match. Last season highlighted the need for bone marrow donors when Dr. Arvid's brother, Sylvan, was diagnosed with leukemia and desperately needed a match.
I've always been pretty active. I noticed when I went to the gym, my energy levels would start to decrease. One day I was at work and I got dizzy. At that point, I went to a hospital and they took a few labs from me, and that's when they came back and told me it looks like what I have is acute myeloid leukemia.
We did not have an appropriate matched donor for him.
We decided to go with my brother.
Today is the big day. Yesterday we collected my stem cells, and today those cells are going to be transplanted into my brother.
Just one bag, basically, from the bag to me.
The stem cell transplantation procedure is quite simple. It's like a blood transfusion. These cells will circulate around in his body. They'll repopulate the bone marrow. The new immune system will actually come from his brother's stem cells that are be growing in to help fight the cancer in his body.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gonna get you.
Congratulations, man. Got a whole new life now.
With cancer, we always know that it can strike in a moment's notice.
They told him that he was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. That's when it really hit home. But, you know, we never thought for a minute we were going to let it defeat us.
I remember that moment on our stage, and ever since we've all been wondering about your brother Sylvan and wondering how he's doing. Well, I say we ask him. Sylvan, come on out.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
You're welcome, sir. Make yourself at home.
All right.
Well, first things first, not only do you look great, the glasses look great, but there's a reason why you're wearing the glasses. But first things first, how's your health?
I'm great. I'm 100% in remission right now, and you know, so things are going well.
Energy's up.
Energy's up.
You're back in the gym.
Back in the gym, back
Pumping
at work.
some iron.
Yes, couldn't wait.
There you go. I can tell you're pretty serious about that.
Thanks.
What was your recovery process like?
There were ups and downs. It was not easy, but I had a great support system. You know, my brother, my parents, and you know, everybody. They were just there for me, so that made it a lot easier.
And you're wearing the glasses because you still have a lot of light sensitivity?
Yes, I'm really sensitive to light. It was a side effect of the chemo, yes.
And yet you'll take some light sensitivity given everything you've been through.
Definitely.
You know, I remember your brother being on the stage and how worried he was about you, and I could tell in your eyes the unique bond that the two of you have. Now seeing you two together, I get it. Literally, the two of you look like twins.
I asked them that backstage. I asked them if they were twins. Tell them about what would happen in the hospital.
Well, you know, we kept tricking the nurses, and the nurses would come into the room and start taking my vitals.
Would you let them?
No.
That's what I said. I said, so would you let them?
Well, at first I was thinking, okay, they're doing this because of, you know, I'm a donor, and they want to make sure I'm healthy. But then when he said, I'm Sylvan, they said, oh, I'm sorry, you know. And, you know, when we would leave the medical, well, he could not leave the medical ward out of, you know, because his immune system. So whenever I would leave the medical ward, they would say, hey, you can't leave.
That's
you know?
funny. But what do you think all the progress he's made?
Well, you know, it was a year ago today that he started chemo. And amazing what a year can do. Yeah. And so we're blessed. We just thank God every day because we know that during these difficult times, we just really, and I promised him, I said, I'm not crying this time, man. I'm not crying. But, you know, throughout everything, it was just watching him deal with what he had to deal with and the courage and the strength and the motivation. it was, you know, I took away from that there's nothing that I'm going through that's just gonna stress me out or I can worry about anymore. You know, he is my hero, you know.